Test, test. Just testing out the audio and everything, making sure it all looks good. Yeah. See how this quality looks. Yeah, I'm like testing it out on my second monitor, making sure it all looks good. I think I'm pretty happy with this. Whoa, got 2 viewers. One of them is probably me, so if you're that second viewer, shout out to you. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, so today I am just playing a little marathon, trying to work through some of my quests, level some stuff up. Um, be playing solo as Triage, so thought that was pretty cool. Alright, if you're just now tuning in, I really appreciate you checking in. Just thought I'd play some marathon. Um, Doing a solo run as Triage, so I think that's pretty cool. Someone said I needed to play the 1994 one. That sounds pretty cool. I've been having a lot of fun with this, so I don't know if I necessarily want to move on, but hey, maybe one of these days. Ooh, did that wrong. Yeah, and if you're watching, feel free to say hi in the chat. I'd love to know kind of who you are, where you're from, that kind of thing. Chances are you're probably just my mom tuning in, but so I know it's kind of an interesting choice playing as Triage on this map. He's probably kind of a weird one because he's more of a support character, but I do like that if you're playing as the med drone, you get some free heals, so that's pretty cool. All right, here we go. so I like to start out just by seeing where I am. Chances are there's going to be people here since it's a point of interest, and because I am by myself and using the sponsor kit, I'm not going to do super well if I get into any PvP. So the goal for today is to get in, do the objective I'm supposed to do, maybe do some looting, and see if I can make it out. So, I think I just heard somebody in the distance. Already this place is starting to look a little sketch. Whoa. 5 concurrent viewers. I think that is a new record for me, so I really appreciate it if you're checking in. Again, feel free to say hi in the chat. I appreciate you turning in for my horrendous gameplay of this game. Does this mean I get to use chat as a fourth person pronoun? I get to go chat, am I cooked? That type of thing. Okay. No power. What does that mean? Oh, I have to go down here. Okay. I feel like I'm gonna run into somebody. Yeah, as long as I get this thing taken care of. Okay, so I gotta reactivate the power, then go upstairs. Shoot! Friendly. What's up? Okay, so that's an actual person. Yo, how's it going? Oh, that was awesome. Sounds like he doesn't have his mic on, but is happy to just leave me alone. So that's great. I'm 100% chill with that. Sometimes in this game, it's worth it to not just open fire. So that's kind of a cool distinguishing feature of like extraction shooters. The goal isn't necessarily to get as many kills as possible. That can be a thing, but alright, so I completed my objective, so the next goal is to just make it out of here alive. So I guess, since the exfils don't load for a minute, I might as well heal up and then try and do a little looting. Okay. Oh, that's our homie from earlier. I'll just let him do his thing. I almost shot him down. I don't want to do him like that. I don't want to stab him in the back. Might as well help him with these. Shoot! Might actually die here. That would be extremely unfortunate. Hopefully he didn't die. Yeah, looks like he's... Ugh. I'm not a big fan of the ones that you can't just like two-shot with your knife. Once again, a reminder of how terrible I am at this game. Oop. Sorry, if I had some heals, I'd help you out, but I don't have anything. Ah, he died. Highly tragic. He shouldn't have gone for that loot drop. He had low health and everything. That was an unwise decision from a strategic perspective. Shoot, well, I died. Fortunately for me, I went in with a sponsor kit, and I completed the objective that I went in to do. So I can't be too unhappy about dying, because I didn't really lose anything. Well, that's the run right there. Like I said, not too mad about this one. Man. Well, minus 546 inventory value. At the end of the day, not all that bad. But I did complete this contract, which got me some pretty decent stuff.
Supporting a viable exoplanet population is a daunting task under the best of circumstances. The data that you retrieved supports genomic analysis shows accelerated mutation in native flora and fauna. Human reports suffer from...
Got more rewards here. Some good stuff. If I wasn't playing solos, I'd have to try and use some of this. What was that?
This is Dr. Clarissa Son beginning emergency inspection log. Okay, let's crack open that
I didn't know this game had like full-blown I'd never noticed that. I didn't realize that this stuff had... I mean, I'm gonna have to go back and read all of these, like all the codex entries and stuff like that, because that is some interesting stuff that I did not know was a thing. Let's see, okay, so I gotta find a contract. I've been trying to work my way up with cyber acne because I am under the impression that focusing on them is a good idea right now. Just because, like, you know, I can get stuff like, you know, recovering heat faster, just stuff like that. Make less noise while looting, deluxe backpacks. See, I really like the Overrun AR, so kind of a deluxe model of that's nice. I don't know, I do feel like I get most of my stuff from looting though. Like if you look at my vault, I didn't buy any of this. I feel like when I end up buying stuff, I just end up losing it. I mean, this game has I want to say a 40% extraction rate, and that is not conducive to holding on to things that you buy in this game. So like, I might occasionally buy heals if I'm really low, but other than that, it's not worth it. I will say, lockbox keys, if I was the type of player that really focused on stacking as much loot as possible, I would 100% buy a bunch of these. Right now, all this free stuff, I'm just holding on to that in case I ever need it. I am not super worried about all that. Okay. 9 emblems. Generally, I've seen all this stuff, so I'm not too worried about it. I'd like to one day unlock, like, Zone Warden at least. That'd be pretty cool. Don't remember... Yeah, here they are. But I mean, this stuff is difficult. Enduring item that has been exfiltrated 3 times. Like, that stuff, that is tough. Alright, let's figure out what factions I need to work with. What is an upgrade I want to work on, want to prioritize, or just something that sounds fun? Where can I get, like, the blue tier weapon mods? This is all green tier. Enhanced DMR battery. I do like the V66 lookout. That's a pretty fun gun to play as. Here we go. Deluxe precision weapon mods. This might be the path to work down here. Where the heck am I gonna get alien alloy though? And tracks. Oh, I don't have to do that. That's an optional one. Okay, I can do this if I get Traxxas rank too. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna work with is Traxxas. I'm gonna struggle with this. I'm not great on Dire Marsh, to be perfectly honest, but we'll see about that. This is what I'm gonna do. Sponsor kit, prepare, Dire Marsh. I like the duos thing. That's pretty cool. This loading screen is awesome, but it gets a little old.
Anomalous interference detected. Before, now.
Alright, let's do this.
It's all the same.
Loot enhanced or rarer rod salvage in maintenance. So, well, the first step is going to be getting to maintenance. And this kind of sucks. Some people would just, try and die or just quit the match, try and get a better spawn point. But I think it is really good to work on sort of building up your map knowledge, knowing where the points of interest are, knowing where everything is. I feel like can be very helpful, because otherwise you might struggle. And as someone who is really bad at Dire Marsh, it's good to get a little experience, I only really feel comfortable with perimeter at the moment, so traveling 600 meters across the map is probably good. There's this concept of fluency. When you are speaking a language, you're fluent because you don't have to switch modes in your brain, right? You can just hear someone speaking the language and your brain just does it. You don't have to convert it into your native language. Similarly, I'm learning to drive a stick shift, and fluency is not having to think through, oh, it's time to put the clutch in, it's time to shift it into first, second, third gear. It's just doing it. And I think map knowledge in video games is kind of the same way. You just learn by doing, by playing, by studying, and it'll be conscious at first. You have to think, but once you're good, once you've gained that fluency, it'll become kind of second nature to you. Now, does that make me good at the game? Absolutely not, but it makes me feel like I sound smart when I talk. Inflates my ego a little bit. noise this stuff is making is a little unnerving. So I am being completely honest with myself. I don't know if I'm going to extract from this game, because the exfils load here in like 2 minutes. I'm not even halfway to my destination here. And this is a very dangerous map. So we'll see what happens. And kind of like I was talking about earlier, you know, if I make it out, that's great because I progress the contract. If not, I'm gaining knowledge and skill and just learning anyway. So learn through failure. Analyze what you did wrong. Can't go bad there. And just trying to be a pacifist is good too. I think that's pretty fun. Doesn't always work, but I mean, we saw like in the last game, I was able to like narrowly avoid death. My health was kind of low and I just got jumped. If that guy had, if I had shot at that guy, then I'd be dead because he could have finished me off. But it worked out. I think I like the Volt weapons in this game a little better because they require a little less brain power to use. You only have to reload when you're like in combat. Otherwise, you can just shoot first and ask questions later. Oops. Overshot. That was an amateur moment. Put that on my gun. Can I put this on my gun? No, that's salvage. Silly me. What do we have here? Cardio kick. Ooh. So, I was watching someone's YouTube video, and they said sliding. So I have the afterburner chip, which basically reloads your ammo and stuff when you slide. What he said was that effectively generates ammo for you. By reloading a portion of your magazine, it doesn't like take that out of your inventory, it just straight up creates it. So kind of a fun little cheat code there. So I gotta try it. 120. Well, I guess it has to. Okay, that might have been a lie, because I shot one bullet, and I slid, and that reloaded one bullet. So that's the thing with this being a new game. That might be true about Volt weapons. I don't know how that works, but with this being a new game, people are going to observe things, or think they observe things, then make statements that aren't necessarily true. So, you know, when you're watching a YouTube video, remember, this person has been playing the game for as long as you have, right? Like, maybe in terms of hours on the game, they've spent a little more, but in terms of how long the game's been out and when they've bought it, like, they barely have an edge over you. So, I don't know, just remember that. Shoot. Somebody's FaceTiming me. Hold up. Okay, so I had to. I was looking, because somebody was FaceTiming me, and when so I wasn't paying attention. This is why you don't. This is why you don't like text and drive. Like drive distract you. I was not paying attention to the screen, even though it was right in front of me. I got straight up jumped. That was highly unfortunate. We learned a lesson today, at least. All right, let's see. So I am
Strategic
barely
recommendation.
closer
Prioritize
to
thorough scavenging. Ethical concern is unwarranted.
maintenance than I was last game, but like I said, that's okay. We're gonna get a little experience, get a little learning. I currently have 0 viewers. I probably lost my last person when I had to answer that FaceTime call. It's okay. Shoot. Well, that was interesting. Okay, so they had a sponsor kit too, so they have nothing. I guess I can take their heals at the very least, these crappy free ones, but well, that is highly unfortunate. Yeah, they jumped me with the same exact gun I had too, so they thought because those bots were there they could take me, but that was woefully untrue for them. I think I just had a little better aim. Maybe it's because I was on PC, they were on, like I was on mouse and keyboard and they were using a controller or something like that. I don't have any illusion that I am good at this game. I'd say I'm quite the opposite, but occasionally I can get lucky. Some gunshots coming from nearby.
Can I help?
Just spam that. There are definitely people around here. I don't know what they're up to. Friendly! Shoot. Oh, that's kind of crazy. Space kills Space Pickle. Dang. Hey, at least I got an achievement. You can't see it here, but I got the achievement for getting 14 runner kills. So that's pretty cool. I'm happy with that. Let's see. I want to look at the achievements for this game. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There are 14 achievements, and I have 7 of them. And it looks like most of them are... Sorry. It looks like most of them are just kind of from the grind. You know, you have to loot a bunch of containers, complete a bunch of contracts, unlock a bunch of upgrades, defeat a bunch of enemies, that kind of thing. It's not... Yeah. I kind of like that style of achievement, the kind of earn as you play. It makes it a little less hard to achievement hunt, you know? That's okay, though. You get to... I feel like you play differently if you're trying to get the achievements, you know? Which... Like, I mean, picture Spider-Man. Like, let's say you're trying to get all the achievements in Spider-Man. You're going to play much differently than if you're just trying to experience the game, play through the story. Now, whether that really works in Marathon, I don't know, because they have progression stuff that's like that anyway. Where, you know, like you have the codex, you have all of that. Matchmaking took a second. Hopefully I'll be closer to maintenance. I might spend a lot of time on this quest, honestly. We'll see. Or contract, whatever you want to call it. Let's see. Yep. I know you can spawn at AI uplink. I think you can spawn at maintenance. Might change depending on if you have somebody in your party. I thought I heard somebody. Occasionally you can find half-decent loot in here, if I'm not mistaken. Shoot. You can also occasionally get straight up jumped. Shoot, invisible robot. Multiple invisible robots. Got one invisible robot. Got two invisible robots. Is there more invisible robots? Was that me that put that there? I feel like it was. I don't know why I would do that. I don't think I just accidentally chucked a drone over there. It's probably a person.
Hey, I'm on your side.
to have to defend myself here. That's pretty cool. I like this warning here. Bonk. Bonk. Where's my waypoint? I must have pinged something else. Getting out of here. Not much of a fan of this place, to be honest. I feel like you always run into people here. Probably means I should be a little more situationally aware. Probably gonna run into people if I'm not careful. I want to say I heard this turret activate.
Signal recall window closes in 20 minutes.
Maybe I did hear that one activate, but that one did not activate. I don't know what's going on over there. See if I can.
A rift of anomalous energy has manifested in the area.
Can robots climb ladders? I don't know, maybe I'll look out and get a kill with that thing. That'd be funny. So in case you don't know, they have fake duffel bags that if you open them, or so you can put them down. If a player opens it, the duffel bag explodes. Shoo! Love the overrun AR. This is a good weapon. So here's the thing I don't get. About the med drone in this game. So we do know for a fact that it takes battery or energy to fly, in theory, right? Because when that energy level or battery level or whatever dies, it falls down. So if that's the case, flying does take some energy or some battery level to work. So why not just have it like on a backpack or something? And the obvious answer is because that looks way less cool and you can't see it on your character, but I don't know, from a story slash lore slash whatever you want to call it standpoint, I hear the tick behind me. Okay, it's gone. Almost certainly not making it out of this game alive. It's too late. Hopefully I can make a little progress, but I'm not gonna hold out hope. I wish I could get through this door thing instead of having to climb up this ladder. Because, like, I feel like a person could be up in there, he could be on this deck here. About 6 bajillion possible locations somebody could be waiting.
15 minutes until signal loss.
Just pop out and jump me, you know? Just need the rod salvage. That's all I'm looking for. I'll take that, because why the heck not? Similar story with this. Definitely better get jumped.
Prepare for increased hostile action.
Holy moly. Okay, got a better assault rifle, which I'm gonna need very shortly, probably. Okay. I don't think I'm making out of this game alive. Yes, I have 2. These are velocity weapons. So, you know, they take ammo.
Can I help?
Might as well spam the friendly.
Hey, I'm on your side.
Shoot. Well, at least I can try this out. saying. This is kind of nice, actually. I could get used to this for sure. Shoot. Well, that didn't last very long. I guess I can only take so many UESC NPCs, but man, there was a point, I don't remember what happened. You used to be able to just equip a sponsor kit and it would just work. Maybe you need to have like multiple in your vault. Okay, I guess my vault is full. But I guess maybe now that I have like 3 of them, hopefully this will work. Maybe this time I can spawn at like AI uplink or somewhere that's actually close to maintenance where I need to be.
Connection secured. Run.
Okay. I was zoned out. Oh, come on. Okay. I realistically think it's probably best if I don't even try to make it to the other side of the map, because that is ultimately just resulting in me not surviving. I think it is better if I don't bother with that. And just try to do my own thing. I don't believe I have the right item to clear the toxins out of this room. I kind of hate the toxin things with a passion. Perhaps I can make it out alive? Shoot. I had that antivirus pack. I don't think that would have done anything. That was worth a try. That was worth a try. I do need some of these unstable gel. I don't know. I am feeling like I want to play much more risky this time around. Man, okay, that time it didn't load my sponsor kits just because I had them in my inventory. I don't know how that works. Here we go. Let's see. Am I finally close? Okay, this is perfect. This is right where I need to be. Okay. Rod salvage.
Alert. Large concentrations of liquid detected. Sealing apertures.
Just need some rod salvage. It can't be that hard to get, right? In a single run. Rod salvage. I don't think rod salvage ever comes in these things. Be a lot cooler if it did. Okay. Something is happening. And I want to get away from it as much as I reasonably can. Yes, someone else is here. And they are up to some shenanigans. And it would be to my advantage if I could take them out. Shoot! That was an accident. Okay, he might have been distracted. I think he's inside right here. I think he's inside this wall. There's definitely someone around here. I think he dealt with all those enemies. Very much still gunfire happening. Question is, where, when, why, and how? And can I get some rod salvage out of it? I need to not be the source of any gunfire. Because this is a solo lobby. Which means everyone is out to get you. Everything and everyone would greatly prefer that you were dead. And I don't want to be dead. I just want my enhanced salvage. This guy almost certainly knows I'm here. Are there any vents I could take? Can I pull in Among Us?
Recall window
Does
will
not
remain
appear
stable
so.
for 20 minutes.
Okay, so there's not even a nearby exfil point. I might be cooked on this run. We'll see. Doing these solo is such a terrible idea. I don't really get like the gear fear either. I just get annoyed when I lose my stuff. Just need some rod salvage. None of this basic silver rod salvage. I need enhanced or rare.
USC reinforcements incoming.
I fear that was me making that noise, and I'm not a big fan of it. I was trying to be up against this wall. Rod salvage? Nope. This person left me a precision rifle. That was nice of them. I'll use this for... Come on, rod salvage. Nope. Okay, I'll use this for enemies. The other one for players. Well, very situational. We'll see what actually happens. Okay, maybe it's the bits per second that reloads your weapon just out of nowhere. Okay, there's an elite right there. This person's probably gone. And I'm gonna get murderized if I don't take this guy out. So, here goes nothing. Oh, I'm so bad. Can I use any of this? Okay, this is what I needed. I didn't know there was two of them. If I'd known there was two of them, I would have been more stealthy. Well. This is probably the last run for today. Unless I do really well, then we'll see. Maybe I'll push it out a little further. Just got some stuff to get done. I want to be productive for once. Dokie. AI uplink. Well, this is a pretty good starting spot. It isn't quite at
Neural
maintenance, but
connectivity
it's
holding.
close enough. I
Teleportation
can work with
stabilization
this. This red, so scary. Downright spooky. Ew. I'm probably not alone here. Shoot. Okay, these invisible enemies, these are annoying. Okay. You know, it's been fun. Currently, I don't have any viewers. So I think I'm going to hop off for tonight. Might play sometime with other people, but it's been fun. So thanks for checking in. See you later.